The Alpha Sessions live on Radio Brockley.
And I'm here with Kerry Goodhind and her band. Hello.
Hello.
Hey.
Well, I think we're breaking records this weekend for how many people we can pile into a studio.
Good job, we're all little.
Yeah.
I thought at one point I'd have to sit under the table and then broadcast from there. I thought it'd be pretty good. So can we start with a quick intro to everyone in the room and what you guys play, if that's all right?
Yeah, of course. So I'm Kerry. I was here last time with you guys, but just two of us last time. So we have multiplied.
Doubled.
We have. On keys, we've got the lovely Jodie.
Jodie, can you hit the keys for us? Is that all right? Hey.
On acoustic guitar, we've got Kieran. Oh, he's planned that. He's obviously rehearsed that. And on cajon, we've got the lovely Craig. We have quite an amazing setup, really. The guys obviously all come to rehearsal. As a band to work with, they're amazing.
Do you guys all live locally, live together? Like, not
No,
together, but
I
live
mean,
in the same vicinity?
I'm in Hampshire. Kieran's in West Sussex.
Oh, wow,
We've got, Craig is in,
Hammersmith.
and we've got a Clapham lady over there.
Wow, okay.
So we're kind of, we're all over the place.
You
but
all need to come together?
we all come together, and
Amazing.
I like to think we have quite a good time when we come together. So
Nice.
yeah, and these guys, well, Kieran and Craig have worked on the album, so they've actually recorded for the actual radio edits of the song, so they've got an idea of what's going on, and we just, by the grace of God, managed to get Jodie. Or trying to find a keys player that would stick is and that's not because of me. I just want to say that's just because keys players are very hard to come by, especially good ones. So we are very lucky, and it's
Amazing.
a balance. It's a balance. We've got females going on here.
Yeah. No, it's always good to have a balance of genders. So you guys have got a brand new single coming out, Smoke and Mirrors.
Mm-hmm.
What's that about?
So Smoke and Mirrors is about an unrequited love, really, that maybe a place and a moment in time where the people were right, but the circumstances weren't.
Okay.
So it's kind of like a Romeo and Juliet thing, but obviously a lot more abstract than that. So hopefully,
So quite sad.
It is sad, yeah. It's the radio edit of the song is actually huge. We've got timpanis on there, we've got orchestra, we've got electric guitars, we've got keys, we've got massive drums, everything. So it's amazing, and it's a really cool song. There's also an acoustic video coming out for that with just me for keys and vocals, which will be out in the next couple of weeks.
So exciting. And what was it that inspired you to write that song?
Do you know what? That song wrote itself. Literally 20 minutes out of the whole album. It was the easiest song to write, and
Amazing.
A minor and D minor are my favourite keys to write in, so it just kind of naturally came together. So
That's really cool.
yeah.
And you've got loads of gigs coming up. We'll give you a chance at the end to give everything a plug. But what's it like just touring the whole time and playing loads of live stuff?
I mean, these guys, they're constantly, keeping their skills updated. If anything, it's me that's got to come to rehearsal and be on top with these guys. So, but yeah, we sort of enjoy playing. We've done BBC Introducing in Cornwall this year, so that was quite interesting. In a field in the middle of nowhere.
Craig was saying that you spent 12 hours in a car together.
They did. I was smart. I went 2 days before and was like, hi. When they all got there, they were like, hi. I was like, 12 hours. Good luck, Jodie. It was good. And a great bonding as well. So, I'd like to think.
How long does it take you guys to bed in a song?
From rehearsal stage?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I reckon a rehearsal.
It's pretty quick.
It's very quick. I mean, these guys are all astute musicians. They all know basically the fundamentals of a pop song. So getting the chords together and stuff is never an issue. They get it. Sometimes I've given it to them like 2-3 days before, and they've come to rehearsal and they know it.
Putting the pieces together.
It's just the MDing of it. It's just getting the mix right, if you like, and different things that we do within the song. So little stops here or little jabs there, or a bit of silence, or just to make it unique and make it interesting to the listener. They're the things that need the work.
Interesting. Awesome. And in terms of the writing process, do you go away, write the song, and then bring it to the band, and then you guys add to it? How does that work?
I do, yeah. So everything that is on this current album, which is a 12-track album, I've written. There's 3 collabs on there. 9 of the tracks I wrote myself. So I bring it to them. They have a listen to the radio edit, and then we start to pull it apart and just basically dissect the whole song, which is fun, over donuts or cookies usually. And we go from there. So yeah, it's cool.
Cool. Are you guys ready to play your first song? Is that all right?
Yes.
Amazing. What's this one called?
So this song's called Alive.
You're running, still running wild. You're crawling deep into the night. A wilder fire within your eyes to match the devil in your mind. As she destroys everything, pulls you down underneath what is been. Can you feel the rage when she tells you stories of the cut your skin? When she takes control of your soul, well then that's when you will start to climb out of the hole you're in, and it's a crying shame to execute her from your veins. That's when you will come alive. She deals a game you're bound to lose. You can pretend or you can choose. There's nothing left for you to love. She has no loyalty to her as she destroys everything. She'll take you down underneath all the pain. Can you feel the rage when she tells you stories that will cut your skin? When she takes control of your soul, well then that's when you will start to climb. Hold up out of the hole you're in, and it's a crying shame to execute her from your veins. It's when you will come alive. Oh, can you hear the thunder rising up inside? Open up a door, step into the light. Oh, can you feel the thunder rising up inside? It will make you hunger for a better life. When she tells you stories that will cut your skin, when she takes control of your soul within, it's when you will start to climb. Hold up out of the hole you're in, and it's a crying shame to execute her from your veins. It's when you will come alive.
The Alpha Sessions live on Radio Brockley.
So we've obviously been doing this for 10 years now, and it still baffles me every time how we're in such a tiny studio. It sounds so amazing, and I get the pleasure of basically having live gigs every time we do this, which is amazing.
That
So
is a
thank
cool
you very
job.
much, guys.
Welcome.
So you've got an album coming out really, really soon, which I'm really excited about. So I don't know about you guys. You guys are probably jumping off the chairs. What's the process of writing the album? How long has this been in the making for?
Okay, so this album took 9 months to write. So literally, as the other album was coming out at the beginning of last year, I was already writing in process for this album.
No rest for the wicked.
No rest. And now I'm 5 tracks into the new album. So actually, if anything, we're probably bored of it. No, it's great. I mean, rehearsal time and everything is great for us to really kind of like go over what's been done and what we're going to do going forward. So I'd say process-wise, 9 months to write, but you're already in the process as you're writing that in production.
Okay.
So maybe you've written like 3 and then you're starting to produce those, and then as 3 come out, there's another 3 to go. So I'd say we were in the studio, or I was in the studio with the producer from January through till June.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, and by this time these guys were playing on the tracks. So
do you see the outside world in between those 6 months?
You do. And do you know what? Normal life resumes. So it's really hard to kind of like switch yourself between normal life and then going to the studio and being prepared and, you know, being vocally prepared for me and writing wise and being able to write on the spot if things aren't working. And so it's great, and you kind of get into your groove, but then you kind of finish that process and you're like, oh, right, now I need to start kind of practicing this and doing what I need to do. So like I say, these guys were lucky they had a head start because they worked session-wise on the tracks, or most of the tracks. And Jodie's done an amazing job just coming up to speed with all the 12 tracks that are on there.
So is Jodie fairly new?
Jodie, 2.5 months, maybe 3 months. Yeah, Jodie, and it's quite hard for Jodie, I think, because I'm a piano player by nature. So obviously I write the songs on the piano.
So the pressure's on.
So the pressure's on. But actually Jodie does play, she plays better than me, but she plays similarly to me as well. Okay. So the way she progresses the chords, the articulation is very similar to me. So she's a perfect fit.
Do you sort of come into the band and go, I want it to sound like this, and then they all have to kind of fit in with that?
This is how it needs to sound. What we're going to do live, because live is very different to acoustic. Live is very different to big band set. Big band set, we have track, obviously. Visually, it looks better with just 4 of us on stage. Yep. I mean, for something like Smoke and Mirrors, we'd need about 25 people on stage.
You'd have no chance of fitting in here.
Plus all the timpani and the drums and, you know, and the electric guitars. And so it just makes it easier and more efficient in setup. But it still sounds great. It sounds like the record you're hearing on the radio. So
great. All
these things have to be thought about, you know, and as you're going through. So this really has been, where are we now? October. 10 months. We've had it written, mixed, mastered at Abbey Road. Wow. And now we're kind of fielding out.
What was that like?
Amazing.
Yeah?
Yeah, really amazing. I mixed with a guy called Jeff Pesh, who is an amazing engineer, a master engineer. They'd had Suede in the week before, so he was showing me all of Brett's stuff and the new album. They're just touring at the minute. So, it was really, really cool. A beautiful studio. I mean, I don't know about you, Emma, but I've been in some studios in my time, and some of them are not the best.
What are you saying about the Radio Brockley studio?
This one's amazing. You've got your own kitchen, you've got kettles, you've got a toilet. But some of them, these guys will agree. Some of the studios that you're rehearsing and some of the studios that you're recording are a bit, you know, they're a bit questionable. But Abbey Road, you couldn't ask for anything. Absolutely. It's just, they've got their own restaurant, and it's just, everything is very plush.
That's something for us to aspire to, like our own restaurant, please.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's amazing. So now we really are just kind of into rehearsal stage.
Cool.
The great thing about my band is that for me, there are such good musicians that we don't need to rehearse every week. We're literally a couple of times a month.
So good.
We've got gigs coming up. We do like a pre-rehearsal. We've got a gig on Tuesday that's pretty important to us. And, you know, we've been having a rehearsal a week for the last 4 weeks. And I know they're more than ready. So for me, it's like one thing I can switch off from, which is great.
And you do have loads of upcoming gigs. And you have been doing lots of live gigs over the summer. Have there been any highlights for you guys?
I think BBC Introducing, although we were kind of in a field, surrounded by sheep, which was amazing because the view was lovely and the air was fresh.
Where was that? Is this the one in Cornwall?
Yeah,
okay.
It was a BBC Introducing stage. And
nice.
In terms of, I think, like, if you're a proper muso, all you really care about when you're on stage is that we've got some people to play to, obviously, but that you sound good. And it's just great practice for us to gel together. I think the general consensus of the band is that we see every gig as a gig. Yep. No matter how big it is or how small it is, it's just another gig. Yeah. And it's another gig for us to work on those things. Yeah, or, you know, kind of like we were kind of a little bit taken aback at the BBC Introducing because we were asked to do an encore. And we hadn't prepared anything.
So what did you do?
Well, we just did. We threw together a cover in 2 seconds. Jodie was like, I don't want to do it. I was like, we're doing it, we're on stage. But it's just those kind of things. You know, you learn for next time to have something up your sleeve, and, you know, those kind of big gigs, they don't usually give you more time to do what you need to do. It's usually a very tight time frame.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we just have fun.
How do you compare the larger gigs in the festivals, in the fields, with the kind of the closed off, more intimate venues?
I think, well, I don't know about you guys, but festivals are great to play at. But sometimes I think the smaller, more intimate, you know, kind of gigs that we do, like we did Notting Hill a couple of weeks ago, it's a lovely venue, you know, and I think if you can grab people's attention in a smaller place, whereas a festival people can wander around and, you know, if you've got them in that small environment, then it gives them a chance to listen to what you're doing. So for me, I think the smaller, more enclosed environments have their pluses.
Is it fair to say that the fans are more dedicated in the closed environments?
I don't know whether they're more dedicated. I think it's just, I think they don't drink as much.
Fair enough.
Obviously, we all know what festival life is like. It's you go to have a few beers and you go to listen to some music. That's what it's all about. Yeah. So I think it's just a different feel.
Okay,
it's a completely different feel.
Cool. Are we guys good to do another track? Is that right?
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
So this track is called Relentless, and this is also off of the up and coming album.
I'm so excited to hear this.
Take your time, don't let it get you down. Baby, you will find if you throw enough stones, then you're bound to hit something. Keep pushing for that high. You're at the beaten track, and if you hit the wall, well, you only need one yes, and you got a foot in. And to say your story's wrong, get it down another way. And your moves are predictable, but stay strong, come what come may. And the bullshit flies around, 'cause it messes with your head. Get your feet back on the ground. Listen to me, laying down my face, holding back my tears. A labor of love or a curse, this is what it is. This is what it is. Can you handle it? Like a dog with a bone, you'll be relentless. You're the key to your chosen path. It's one that you designed. Well, it's one that you have planned. But if you stay standing still, well, there can be no growth, and there will be no change. And they say you don't belong, recreate yourself again. But you must be formidable, no matter what it takes. Is there something that you want, bad enough to find a way? Can you be that butterfly? Listen to me. Well, I'm laying down my face. Well, I'm holding back my tears. A labor of love or a curse. Yeah, this is what it is. Yeah, baby, this is what it is. Oh, can you handle it? Well, it's a heavy cross to bear. Listen to me. Well, I'm laying down my face. Well, I'm holding back my tears. A labor of love or a curse. Yeah, this is what it is. Yeah, baby, this is what it is. Oh, can you handle it? Like a dog with a bone you'll be. Got a feeling it's all gone wrong. Got a feeling that I don't belong. But wait a minute, if you'd only see how this journey, it's been hurting me. Listen to me. Well, I'm laying down my face. Well, I'm holding back my tears. A labor of love or a curse. Yeah, this is what it is. Yeah, baby, this is what it is. Oh, can you handle it? Well, it's a heavy cross to bear. Listen to me. Well, I'm laying down my face. Well, I'm holding back my tears. A labor of love or a curse. Yeah, this is what it is. Yeah, baby, this is what it is. Oh, can you handle it? Like a dog with a bone, you'll be relentless.
Very good. I said this to your fair. I wish I could just drink nice smelling tea and sing like that. It'd be so good.
Thank you.
No, seriously, it does. And so a bit of like insight to behind the scenes. I have this thing going on with the producers, and they just keep messaging me now going, it sounds really amazing, I can't believe it's coming from our studio.
Yeah.
So no, honestly, it does. Really,
Thank
really
you.
awesome. So a bit more of an insight about the album as a whole then. Is it one story? Is it lots of little stories? What can we expect?
I guess the album's called Elevated, so it took me about 3 months to think of a title.
Okay.
And you wouldn't believe the things we bounced around. It was ridiculous. Things that I thought sounded really cool, and the team were like, I don't think so, Kerry. I was like, oh, I really like this. It's probably lots of little stories.
Okay.
Every track is quite different.
Yeah.
I think now with this particular album, I started to find a genuine sound that is trademark Kerry Goodhind. You can hear it run through the tracks in the album, but the tracks are quite different.
Okay.
So, yeah, lots of little stories, I would say.
Interesting. And we've actually just had a question from Facebook Live. Richard says, how do you get into a good creative place for writing? And is there a formula or routine that you have to do?
Yeah,
make it
that's a great question, or two questions. Creativity really is one of those things, and anyone feel free to jump in, that is not a 9 to 5 thing. It literally is, you could have 4 days of like drought and then 50 days of creativity, or more than likely it's the other way around.
Okay.
So it's kind of like as and when you feel. For me, because I'm a piano player by trade, really, I tend to write chords before I write lyrics.
Okay.
So I tend to get my groove with the melody before I know what kind of top line I'm going to put with the track. It's different for everybody. I'd imagine it's different for Craig, different for Kieran, different for Jodie if they write. But it is a process. And for me, what I tend to find is that I don't write a full song, apart from Smoke and Mirrors, within a day. I tend to write maybe like a few chords and I go away. And I've got to learn to go away. Because if I don't go away, then what comes next is not as good as what I've done. The next day I sit down, I'm fresh in mind, and I know I've got something to finish, so I'll see if there's anything. If there's not, I go away.
How do you discipline yourself to go away?
Yeah, it's very difficult. Well, I used to just kick the piano and be like, stupid, and, but the more irate you get, the further away it goes
Are
from
there
you.
times where you're just like, I can't do this anymore enough?
Not enough of music, but you're like, I just need a proper break. I need to just go away and do something and switch off completely, which is really hard when you're a creative person because you want to get it finished and you want it to be your best work. But you have to learn kind of like the fine line, because you could write 100 things in a day and only one could be good. So it's a process, but it's not like a process that you can do a list tick of. It just doesn't work like that. Not for me, anyway. I know Andrew Lloyd Webber says something like, best creativity is 3 o'clock in the morning. Well, I don't know about you, but I'm sleeping at 3 o'clock in the morning. It's just as and when.
Yeah, okay.
So, yeah.
Fair enough. So I genuinely could sit and chat to you guys all day, but I'm sure that we've got artists waiting in the wings to get in. And also you guys have other places to be, people to see, etc. Quick plug of where we connect to you guys live.
Okay, so we've to be honest, we've actually got a private gig that we're doing Tuesday for BBC Radio 2, which is very exciting for us. And then over Christmas there are going to be some dates, but they'll be announced on the website and into the new year. Cool. And there will be an album launch gig as well for the new album, which is coming out at the end of January.
So excited for that. It's going to be amazing. Yes. And if people want to find out more about you guys, where can they go?
They can go to the website, which is www.kerrygoodhind.com. Facebook is at Kerry Goodhind. Instagram is at Kerry Goodhind. It's very easy. And Twitter is at Kerry Goodhind as well. And you please get in touch. Feedback, comments, anything, you've got any ideas, that'd be great. We love ideas. So we like to try different things out.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for coming in and making the journey from all your different locations.
So worth it.
And if you can start us off with the next song, that'd be amazing.
We're actually doing a cover for you, Emma.
Ooh.
Oh, you feel it creeping up your tempo. Don't you need it bump until we crumble? Trouble's what you need. It's what you're getting with me. From the bottom of your soul. Shame, 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 shame. Mama doesn't do every night you go to. Shame, 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 shame. Every woman wants to roll. I can make you shake, rattle your bones. just a spark under your halo. Rolling thunder, for I ain't got to say no. Trouble, hey, what you calling me? Come on, get some of what you need. From the bottom of your soul. Shame, 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 shame. Mama doesn't know every night you go. Shame, 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 shame. Every woman wants to roll. I can make you shake right of your bones. Oh, you can live forever, baby. Walk with me in the shadows. Well, I can make you better, babe. Come and play with me, get safe with me. Shame, 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 shame. Mama doesn't know every night you go. Shame, 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 shame. Every woman wants to roll. Well, I can make you shake. Shame, 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 shame. Your mama doesn't know. Oh, oh. Shame, 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 shame. Every woman wants to roll. Oh, oh. Shame, 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 shame. Mama doesn't know. Every night you go. Shame, 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 shame. Every woman wants to roll. I can make you shake right of your butt.